We are excited to be here with you this morning from Cape Town. Awesome.
Dion from Cape Town. Dion, nice to hear from you.
I love to see where everyone is from. It's so exciting to me because in the chat, like, I get to really experience like the globe, right?
There's see South Africa team on board. I can see people from France.
Yay. There's France. Monaco. Amazing.
But I think it's like the revision now.
Awesome.
Bobby is from South Africa.
KwaZulu Natal.
Romania. Hi, Daniela. Nice to have you with us.
Mauritius.
Like a nice dress and stuff.
It's so great to see everyone. Just to let you guys know, in case you don't know yet, my name is Christy. I'm technically from America, but more recently from relocated. And of course, Natalia is here as well. She is joining me as from Germany. She's here to also assist throughout the presentation this morning and share some great information with you guys as well. Natalia, where are you from?
Well, most of the people on this call, they know me, but okay, I will repeat myself. So I'm originally from Russia. I'm actually from Yekaterinburg. This is the border between Ural and Siberia. But I immigrated now nearly 20 years ago to England, and I'm stuck here. I'm head of sales for the EMEA yards for the markets where we don't have our office. And on the call, I can see a lot of familiar faces. So these people doing sales for us and actually delivering my target and delivering my bonus.
Fantastic. I love that. That's always a great thing to get to see is all your team. We will.
Yeah, okay, I will come closer.
We are sitting in the same space, so we are making sure that we are sharing the microphone a little bit and not echoing, I hope. So if you guys start to have problems with sound, please let us know. And Christina is going to be in here with us as well. She is going to be monitoring the chat and answering your questions as we go. So if you guys have anything that you want to ask along the way, clarification that you need, something like that, please feel free to speak up and say something, and we will get those questions answered. In the meantime, let's go ahead and kick this off. I don't want to take too much of your time. I want to honor what you guys have given us and make sure we stay true to the time that you've given us. So we're going to go ahead and get started right here. And we're kicking off today with a video just from the start. I love my videos. So we're going to kick off with a brand video that kind of shows the overarching brand of Royal Caribbean and all ships in our fleet. And then we'll dig into very specifically into 3 of them that are going to be in Europe. So here we go. Awesome. And of course, I could talk to you about so many exciting things in that video. There's so much to unpack out of that one video alone. If you like that video, we are going to be sharing a link, a WeTransfer link to you at the end of the session here that you'll have all of the videos from today's session. So if you like that, you can go ahead and share it on social or out to your friends or family or customers or clients, and you'll have access to that video at the end. But there's so much in there. Today, we are going to focus on 3 ships very specifically that are in Europe. It's the second half of our Europe session from this week. Natalia, will you tell us a little bit about the different ships that we have right now?
Yes, so on this training, Christy will talk us about the Voyager of the Seas, Anthem of the Seas, and Jewel of the Seas. And I just wanted to give you a quick update on the itineraries of Voyager of the Seas. I'm sure you all know this, and this is just a reminder. So Voyager of the Seas is sailing from Barcelona, Rome, and Athens from May until end of the season in autumn, doing beautiful itineraries, Greek Isles, Turkey, 7-night cruise in Spain, and also if you want a bit shorter cruise and combine with the hotels, you will find these options of the 6-night West Mediterranean. Anthem of the Seas, I actually want to share my experience if you allow me.
Please do.
Thank you. So, Anthem of the Seas, sailing from Southampton, team. When I was on my roadshow in Cape Town and Johannesburg in South Africa just a few months ago, and the team is actually on the call, I already shared my experience. You know, I was always looking for holidays somewhere hot because obviously I live in England. But sailing from Southampton, go to the Norwegian first. It was absolutely unforgettable experience, truly. The ship is amazing, but you will talk about the ship, but the itineraries are so beautiful. I was wearing coat, but that's the beauty, the outstanding beauty. Anthem of the Seas, sailing from Southampton, doing 7-night Norwegian first, which I strongly recommend. And by the way, my roadshow in South Africa, during the consumer event, after we explain what the ship is doing, we actually managed to book quite a few bookings during the event. So thank you, team. And then if you want to go on the long itineraries and explore Met from Southampton, we absolutely have, sailing 10th of May. And team, you all know Royal Caribbean proudly sponsoring the Eurovision UP. So on the 10th of May, Anthem will be the Eurovision sailing. We're still finalizing some of the details, what we will do on board, but what we can guarantee is the party time. And Jewel of the Sea sailing out of Amsterdam, doing the long itineraries, 11, 12-night British Isles, and also 12-night Iceland and Ireland, 12, 13 nights Arctic Circle.
Some amazing itineraries, I think. Absolutely fantastic. It's a great way to get out and see so many places that you wouldn't just go and stay either, right? I'm sorry, I don't want to go up and stay at Inverness for a week. I've been there. I spent a couple hours. It was amazing. And that's all there was to do. I'm ready to leave again. So these are great ways to get out and see a little bit more of the globe, experience more about the world around us, and really have some great itineraries.
Good. And then when I was announcing, you know, we wake up in the morning and you open the door and you see of your balcony and you see these beautiful views on the Nordics. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's high on my list of things I need
air to your face. But then, you know, when you come back from the short excursion or from the tour, you're in the warmth of the ship.
So good. You know, it reminds me of my trip on to go to Alaska. I was like, why would I go to Alaska when I could go somewhere warm? But I went with my mom, and it was such a phenomenal experience. Those cold weather sailing destinations we don't necessarily think of as a holiday that we want to do, especially when we're in a cooler area already. But it's such a gorgeous itinerary when you get to see these different places. It's really worth the time and effort to go.
So then our recommendation, 2 holidays per year, minimum 2 cruises per year, 1 in the hot destination and 1 Alaska Norwegian first.
That's exactly right. I'm with you on that. All right, well, let's go ahead and talk about Voyager of the Seas first. I've got a little video that will show you the Voyager class of ships and give you just some highlights on this real quick. Talking a little bit ago about our favorite ships, right? And people have asked me before, what's your favorite ship? What's your favorite class? And that's such a hard question to answer because each class brings something different, right? So Voyager class is absolutely an amazing class because of all of the features and benefits you're going to see on board. But the ships are still small enough that you're going to get in and see some different ports that you won't get to see on something bigger like Anthem or Oasis class ships. So it gives you that opportunity to really enjoy some amazing ports. I don't have any maps for Voyager of the Seas today, but I do want to remind you some of the things that are on board the ship to do, some of those experiences you can have. So you can see here in the images, we've got the Flow Rider on board Voyager of the Seas, as well as water slides. So she's been retrofitted, royally amplified to have those water slides and the exciting pool deck. We've got different family activities like ice skating during the day. There's also laser tag like you saw in the videos. So lots of different fun things there. Of course, the pools and whirlpools are always amazing, right? Getting some time out on that pool deck is such a great option. And with these sailings down in the Mediterranean, Turkey, Greece area, these are some great places to go enjoy that summer sun and get out and sit by the pool or hang out in the pool. Of course, we always have our Adventure Ocean Youth Center in the teen areas, which is so phenomenal for our kids. So many times I hear from kids or parents that they dropped their kids off, they took them in on the first day, and the kids never wanted to leave all week long. They just had such a great time there. Just stay behind, but this is my spot. Of course, on board Voyager of the Seas, we have both our West End style theater, that main theater option that we do, but we also have Studio B, which is our ice skating rink. So you can skate during the day and watch the performances at night. And those performances, oh my gosh. I got to see my first ice skating performance last year on Sister Ship Navigator of the Seas. Wow. Like they bring drones out and do like performances. The drones do a performance, and then they have a couple of skating performances where the drone is there as part of the props and stuff. It's just so cool. And it's all complimentary, of course. All of the things I've talked about so far are complimentary experiences for you. We do have bars and lounges on board, so there's a number of places where you can go get your dancing going on or just sit back and have a drink or two. Lots of different choices there. Of course, I did see a comment after our last session where someone was saying they wish they knew kind of how much those beverages are if they're not getting a beverage package. So I can tell you that typically that beverage pack, well, I can tell you that the deluxe beverage package will cover a drink up to a $14 value. And when I've been on my last couple of cruises, I've looked at the menus to see what drinks are out there, and essentially any mixed cocktail that's in any of the menus is going to be a $14 drink. That is US dollars. That's the currency on board. So all of those drinks are coming in at a $14 value for those mixed drinks. Then beers are going to be a little bit less typically. I think they're kind of between $8 and $12 or so. And wine will vary by the glass or by the bottle. If you're doing it by the glass, I do know one of my colleagues ordered Whispering Angel, which is a really popular brand around here, and I think it was a $15 glass, so they paid the extra dollar above and beyond the beverage package. So just to kind of give you some idea of what that looks like on board our ships, that's across all of our ships is that kind of pricing area. And then, of course, we do have some amazing dining on board Voyager of the Seas. Chops Grill is a staple on board all of our ships. You like Chops Grill? Look at Texas. It's time for Chops. I'm ready for lunch now. Of course, we also have the main dining room where you can do breakfast, lunch, and dinner, as well as the Windjammer Buffet, which you can do breakfast, lunch, and dinner in as well. Some complimentary, some specialty dining, but we've got something to fit everyone's taste and every budget. And then, of course, we've got amazing accommodations on board Voyager of the Seas. We've got everything from those interior staterooms, including interior staterooms with a virtual balcony, all the way up to the royal suite. So lots of different opportunities on board Voyager of the Seas for windows, for balconies, for interiors, or for those luxurious suite opportunities. All right, so that's Voyager of the Seas. Let's talk a little bit about Anthem of the Seas here. And of course, every ship gets a video, so here's our video on Anthem.
Watch this.
All right, so Anthem of the Seas is sailing out of Southampton, out of the UK. So that's happening all of the 2024 season, so May to October approximately. And of course, after that, she is moving over to our Asia market before she goes over to Alaska next summer. So this is her final season in Southampton for us. for the foreseeable future. We get to bring Independence in next year, but for this year, we get Anthem of the Seas one more round. And Anthem of the Seas is such an amazing ship. This is a quantum class ship, and there's so many different experiences here that you're not going to see on any of our other classes. So the North Star is one of the big ones, right? This is that glass capsule that you can see in this first image here. This gives you 360-degree views, and you go up over 300 feet above sea level. Now, this is a complimentary option as long as you are at port. When it's a sea day, we do have a small charge that goes along with that, but you can absolutely get in there and check out the views on those port days and times when it's a little bit quieter on board the ship overall. Additionally, we've got Ripcord by iFly, which is our skydiving simulator, as well as the Flow Rider, which is our surf simulator. You can see that both of those are there in that image because they are aft on the ship, bringing up all sorts of amazing adventures aft on the ship of a quantum class ship. Both of these are going to be complimentary as well, although there are sessions that you can pay additional for if you would like to elevate that experience. We do have an actual West End show on board Anthem of the Seas, and this is We Will Rock You, featuring music by Queen and all sorts of amazing performance pieces. Our performances are always so well done. It doesn't matter if they're an original production or a West End show, we do an amazing job with them. The solarium is fantastic as well. There's some great pools in there just to soak and relax, and it's just a great space to go watch the views and different things like that. It's a very nice glass area. Wonderland is imaginative cuisine, and this is really an experience. Chase Alice down the rabbit hole, if you will, from Lewis Carroll's story Alice in Wonderland. So lots of different elements at play in the Wonderland dining experience. It really is truly an imaginative cuisine adventure when you go on that. And then, of course, we also have the Seaplex, which is where you're going to find things like our bumper cars. Here in the UK, they call them Dodgers. And I was like, what on earth are we talking about? Everywhere has a different option, right? So we've got the bumper cars. We've got roller skating in the Seaplex. We also do different sports. So you can do your football or you can play basketball at different points. They'll have the courts open for different things. And this is a two-story venue. So up above, there are different pods that you can go into. And those pods are going to have things like game stations, the table tennis. I saw archery, balloon archery happening in there. It was really cool. They're doing all sorts of different things in this venue here. So lots of dynamic things on board Anthem of the Seas.
I actually done all of this.
You have?
Yes, I have. And you know what, Tim? If I fly, my team managed to take picture. It was embarrassment.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
My face, the air, because obviously it's based on the air pressure. My face, like air come to my cheeks. So that was an embarrassment. I will never repeat this experience anymore because I'm not obviously so adventurous. But I must admit that after I left the iFly, I was jumping from the adrenaline. That's absolutely cool experience. And I saw the children doing this, and you know the people it's United families, so that was really cool. So I have an amazing experience on Anthem of the Seas. So thank you, Chris, for reminding me, my friend.
What would you say your favorite part of Anthem is? Of the ship? What's your favorite feature?
I still prefer, dining. I do like dining on board generally overall Caribbean ships. And I believe in even the main dining outstanding. But I like to speak with the guests incognito when I'm on board. I never would say that I work for all Caribbean. I just speak with the guest. And guests are saying the dining is significantly better than the land holidays. And obviously our main competition, not just other cruise line, is the land holidays. So that that each evening you go to dining and you have some new culinary experience, which I admire. But yes, sometimes from time to time I can do some
some of the fun activities too.
It's just the combination of everything what give you these beautiful memories, and we are kind of creating some memories for the families that even after a few years you go back and you think, you know what, that was a wow moment for me.
Absolutely. Yeah, I definitely look back on my memories from my cruises with family and friends, and it's just so much amazing opportunity that we get on board a ship, isn't it? I love that.
But I will never go on iFly anymore.
I really need to see those pictures later. All right. So on Anthem of the Seas, we have a few different performance venues as well. So of course we've got the main theater, that West End style theater where we're going to play We Will Rock You. We also have the Gift in there, and that's original performance or an original production from Royal Caribbean. So that those two shows are in the main theater. As well as having Spectra's Cabaret, and that's going to be in our 270 venue, which is a totally different venue from anything on any of our other ships other than Quantum class ships. This is very much a digital performance, right? This is very it's about there's 6 different screens, and the backdrop is actually the windows that we have during the day. So during the day, you can sit there and enjoy your views of the Norwegian fjords if you want to just sit and watch from inside the comfort of the ship. It's amazing glass area, 2 stories, 270 degrees of view, and you get at night that glass becomes the backdrop. So we don't actually have a backstage area. If we did, we would have mermaids that we'd have to hire because they'd be coming from the ocean. But instead, we have above stage and below stages where the performers will come from, and this amazing technical experience is happening. It's absolutely phenomenal. I've gotten to see one, and it's out of this world amazing. So, all right, Natalia, will you tell us a little bit about the target audience for our Anthem?
Yes, absolutely. And this is very important slide, team, and we will be able to share this with you by market. For example, I can see our team from Germany here. Obviously, it's a bit different stats, but overall, this is what we have. So generation group for Anthem of the Seas. Going for our markets, it's about 31% we have boomers, 28% of Gen X, 15% millennials. What is also important is in terms of demographic, 29% kids, 63% of couples. But don't forget, when we are during the summer period, particularly August, you will have most of the kids, you have a high percentage of the kids on board. And then you can see the most popular sailings. As I mentioned, your key account manager will be able to share data for your country because data is a bit different. But what we are trying to do within our team, in terms of marketing, instead of go for us just widely, and communicate for example, Anthem of the Sea 50, the 7th of July selling to everyone. No, we're actually trying to go to our database and identify who is our target audience, and then we speak with our group age.
Awesome. Yes, and you can see that Norwegian fjords was definitely the heavy favorite, right? These guys,
because not many of the sailings of the Norwegian fjords, so it's very
popular. Absolutely. And here's a few of the different maps. Where do we get to see on Anthem?
So this is just an example for you. Of course, you can see this in the cruising power team, and I just wanted to show you that from Southampton, good choice. Or you can go to sailing to Spain, Portugal, or if you prefer, you can go to Norwegian first. Or also from Southampton on the long itineraries, you will be able to see Spain, France, Italy, Portugal, all in one sailing, which is amazing.
It absolutely is. Absolutely amazing. All right. Well, let's talk a little bit about Jewel of the Seas. So Jewel of the Seas is one of our smaller ship classes. This is our Radiance class. So it will be a more traditional, classic feeling ship. And here's a video about the class overall for you. I love watching these videos. I feel like I see something different every time. Did you know that Radiance class ships were the first class of ships to have self-leveling pool tables on them? No. Would you ever think of having pool tables at sea? Right? Because when the ship's moving a little bit, like how do you keep the balls in the right spots, right? It self-levels. Isn't that amazing? I know, right? I was like, wow, this is pretty cool. So I saw it on there and I was like, all right. All right. So one of the things that you're going to find on Jewel of the Seas, again, this is a more traditional ship. So you're not going to have all of the things like the water slides and the flow rider, but you are going to have an amazing pool deck. You've got areas for the kids like Adventure Beach. You do have those amazing whirlpools that you can sit out and enjoy the views from and stay warm if it's a little bit cooler out. And then, of course, there is a small water slide for the kiddos, and there is a solarium area. I think the solariums on the Radiance class ships are actually the coolest. They're very ornate and a little bit more unique than any of the other classes I've been on. So I really enjoy seeing them, and every single ship in this class is a little bit different. We've also got the sports court. So when we need to get a little bit of that energy out for the kids that are on board, or we just want something a little bit different to do, we do have the rock climbing wall. That is a feature on board all of our ships in the entire fleet. So you can always go climbing up over the sea there. And then we got mini golf available as well. These ships, Jewel specifically does have an outdoor movie screen. That's a really cool option. They'll do different movies in the evening and stuff too, so you can sit out there. And we actually went on a holiday sailing right before Christmas, and my niece and my nephew sat down and watched the Santa Claus. They had like this big round bed that they went and like laid under, and they pulled a blanket out, and they sat there and watched Santa Claus under the stars. It was pretty cool. And then of course pickleball is new to our class, to our brand. We've started bringing that in. It's a new sensation and everyone's enjoying it. So pickleball, not quite tennis, not quite racquetball, not quite badminton. It's another option, but it's a lot of fun. So we offer that as well. And of course, on board all of our ships, we do have a fitness center as well as the Vitality at Sea spa. I love the very first time I went on a ship, Natalia. They said, I went down to do one of the classes, right? The exercise classes. And they said, we do these classes because we want you to be ship shape and not the shape of the ship.
Well done, you're joining the class. I normally carry my clothes, my trainers, but I never go to fitness, but it is in my case.
I'm trying. I don't even bother packing anything anymore. I've recognized that that's not me anymore. But we do have these options available for all of our guests on board. Also, one of the things that sets apart Jewel as a more traditional, more classic style cruise ship is the fact that we have these amazing centrums. So there is a 9-story centrum on Jewel of the Seas. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's a great way to watch different activities that are happening. So people will stand over the railing and stand there and watch what's going on down below. So on the base level, they'll do different dancing, different competitions. They'll do all sorts of different performances and things down in that area. So cool, isn't it? When I was on Enchantment last summer, which is a similar ship, we actually had the Parade of Nations and all of the different. That's amazing. All of the staff members come out carrying their nation's flag, and I looked up, and just all the way through this entire centrum, all the stories had people looking over and watching this amazing performance.
No, when I speak with the travel partners, usually it became very, very difficult to surprise people because we normally have, we build new ship, bigger, bolder. But I'm actually very warm to our older hardware, to older ships. We discussed this before. People do like to go to Europe. Why you like to go to Europe? Because of the history behind, because of some of the touch of the past. And I like older ships. Yeah. I feel that the service level on the older ship is outstanding. On the Enchantment last summer when I sailed with my husband, I actually had a few meetings with the hotel directors, and I was amazed the level of the service the team on board is trying to provide our guests, because obviously the ship is smaller. There are less activities, but what team is trying to do, they're trying to accommodate many things. That is why you saw the parade. Or, for example, when they're doing some dining, team dining. So there are a lot of things on the smaller ship is actually easy to do than on the newer hardware.
Absolutely. It is a different experience too. It really is bringing that traditional feel back into cruising. So I think that the smaller ships, like we talked about earlier, are absolutely fantastic. They're actually one of my personal favorite classes if I'm choosing for me, right? If I'm choosing for family, I pick a little bit different and that sort of thing, or if I'm taking kids with me, right? But man, these are just such a great experience. They really, truly are. One of the things that sets apart the Radiance class of ships, which again, Jewel falls into a Radiance class, is the fact that these ships are made of acres of glass. So that includes our in-glass elevators that you can look out. So while you're riding up in the elevator, you can see the sea. It's a great view. It's just so neat. But these ships are designed also, you'll notice that Jewel is up in the north here, and that's because these ships are designed for cooler weather. They're made with places to go sit and watch and see all of the different sites. You'll see them in Alaska, you'll see them in Northern Europe. That's where you're going to find these ships quite often. All right, On Jewel of the Seas, we do have 3 different unique performances that are all original productions. So we've got West End to Broadway, we've got Tango Buenos Aires, and we've got City of Dreams. These are all original productions, amazing performances. They do such a good job with these different shows. So these will also show during a couple of different times. So I've had people ask me this question a lot lately, like, well, are we going to have problems if we go to dinner and not be able to see the show? We actually do a show before the first seating or during the first seating so that the later diners can go watch the show, and then we'll have a show after the first dining, so that we got it overlapping so that you can have dinner and watch a show, or watch a show and have dinner. So we'll do different options like that.
But Christy, we always recommend our guests, as soon as they make a booking, download up and start to organize
Start looking at what you want to do, all of the different.
If you want to have specialty, you need to book specialty, but in advance we know that the price
Yes.
is better. So
Yes, using the app is such a key way to get all of this information in. It's so great. I love that you brought that up. Thank you. It's one of those things. It's really important to understand that app is so useful to the customers that they really want to pop in and start using it right away. All right, let's talk about who we're seeing on Jewel of the Seas.
Yes. So again, this is data pulled across all our markets. We have the files for each country, so your key account manager will be able to share with you. And of course, target audience depends on the ship class, or also depends on the itinerary ship sailing from. You can see it's very different. So on Jewel of the Seas, the generations groups are 49% of boomer, and what is interesting, 9% are children under 18 years old. In terms of demographics, it's not big difference, for example, with the Anthem. So we have 24% kids, 69% of the couples. And you can see the most popular sailings for Jewel of the Seas. And I will take a chance, because when we spoke about the Anthem, the revision sailings, I just want quickly, if you allow me, quickly to shut down. So Anthem, 10th of May, Odyssey, 5th of May, Oasis, 5th of May, and Explorer, 11th of May. So this is sailing, as we call Eurovision team sailings. As I mentioned, we don't have the final kind of agenda what will be on the ship, but it definitely will be the party time. So, and I know in Germany, for example, the Eurovision is very big. So a lot of people watch this. So, and just to help our sales team, we generally recommend to focus on these dates. However, this selling already sold by 80%. So yes, so it's very popular. Yeah. So, but again, speak with your key account manager and they will be able to provide you all the data.
Amazing, thank you. So here's just a quick sneak at our itineraries.
Yes, so sailing out of the Amsterdam, and you can see how the itineraries may look like.
All right, and then that is going to conclude our session today. I do have this feedback option for you guys. If you would go in and fill this out, it helps me, it helps us make sure that we're targeting our information to really give you guys the best options. Christina is going to drop this link in the chat right now. And here is your quick reminder of the upcoming sessions for you, for what's coming up next. I will be with you guys a couple more times over the next couple of weeks. And we are looking forward to sharing more information so you guys can do your job to the best ability. So thank you guys so much for joining us. I hope you have a great rest of your week. It's almost Friday, so get out there and get the wins, okay? Have a great one, you guys.
Bring us sales. Okay, thank you.